Welcome back to Hollywood Animal, everybody. Hope you're having a wonderful day today. We have just under $20 million in our account, and I wanted to take a look at a couple of things. So when you zoom all the way out on your map here, you can see a lot of information that you oftentimes don't have access to, at least at a glance. And one of the things over here is your story elements, and these are the story elements that we've collected. If I click this, we can see in the different tabs, right? Kind of gives us an idea of how many are out there. There's a lot of protagonists that I don't have. There's a lot of antagonists I don't have, and quite a lot of supporting characters. And this is the one that's really kind of getting my films to be stale a lot of the times, are my supporting characters. So I want to really focus in on trying to get more story elements in this tab. Conversely to that, I've got loads of themes and events. In fact, I'm only missing 2, unless there's more rows that generate after this. I only have 2 left. Lots of finales left to find and a lot of settings left to find too. So, and it looks like maybe I can scroll down. It doesn't let me actually scroll, but it does look like there's more here. So it's possible that same thing is going to exist elsewhere too. But the point is, I have a lot of supporting characters, or I have a lot of spare out there. I can get more, right? So that's what I'm looking to do as we go. So when I have my guys trying to look for story elements in the future, I am going to have them focus on supporting characters to try to get more, okay? So it's something you can see also if you just scroll out. You can also see things like your active events will show up right here, and you can see what all your expenses are down here, and you can see your different employees, and you can always add right to here. So just like zooming out, you get quick access to a lot of things. Like if you want more editors and composers, here you go. You can hire people right from this screen. So it's actually a pretty cool screen. Usually I would say, like, I'm only using this as like a broad overview, and you can see how many people really, you know, require your attention and things like that. But there's actually a lot of functionality to this screen. I just wanted to point that out. Jane Fisher appears to hate me. Kind of. I'm going to give her some whiskey and also some cigars. And, you know, if I give her one of each gift, it's probably having like diminishing effects. Does this actually give her 10 plus happiness, or 10 happiness? It does. Okay. So she's not hating me anymore. So that's nice. Cornelius is not very loyal. I can probably bump his loyalty up with a little bit like this, but that's about it right now. And then my management staff, I need to maybe do better for them as well. So we'll get them to have a little bit of happiness. Here you go. Yeah. Probably because I wasn't giving them, you know, their raises and stuff that they wanted. But these are like my legal executives and stuff. They asked for their rate, and I just said yes. So I don't think that's it. Make them a little happier, right? All right, there we go. I'll zoom in now. So today, what we're focusing on, right? We're going to see whether or not the love carousel is going to count, right? Is this going to count for the release of the following elements here, okay? If it does, then we're going to get another one for our factory. We're going to get another demand, I think, fairly quickly after that. And then we need to meet that one as well. That's going to be a challenge. Between Me and the Devil Only is going to be released. Help a drunkard. Yeah. More of our dirty tricks. Okay, we have a couple dirty tricks that we can offer as an option right now. I think I want to switch. I'm really digging the idea of having more analytics. It just takes a little longer to get, and I feel like I could use some of these things while I'm researching that. So like hospice visits, hush money. One of your actors gets into a scandal. You can settle it with cash. I really like this, because I have a lot of cash now, so I could. Man, that would be really helpful, wouldn't it? Payment of debts, aid for the homeless. You know what? Because it's quick, I'm going to get the hospice visit just so we can go and do those legit things like that. And I don't think I want to put any money into it. I think I'm just going to do that for now. Then maybe we'll either go hush money or we'll come in to get more analytics. We'll see. I would like to get better Kino Mark scores, right? That would be great. So one of the things I forgot about here, and this is going to bite me. Make sure this is done before I start talking. I'm not talking about this film. One of the things that I forgot with the film for the demand is that you get higher attendance in the first week if you're successful at it. And I want to say that I forgot that because we're looking at right now a situation where my numbers are too low on the first week. we're going to get more people in the first week than I can actually show because of how I've marketed it, right? So that's a problem. Like we're looking at this. I would really like to get more showings compared to that. I just can't. So Love Carousel right now, we're going to have, it looks like this is a 5.8 film. We're going to have about almost 6,500 showings or showtimes total. I did buy some. And it's a good thing that I bought some because I'm going to need them. I'm going to sell to them. But I really should have had this number closer to 8,000 instead of 6,500 because it's going to get that 20% bump. So there's a really high chance here that we could show this to as many as 9,000 in the first week if this is successful. But I didn't do that because I wasn't sure how successful it was going to be. I wasn't sure whether this would meet the requirements or not. And since I was buying theaters to get those extra showings, because it's like being shown in our theaters alongside other things. So since I was having to pay for them, I didn't want to have to pay for them and then have, man, that just, pre-production is getting hit hard right now. And I don't know what is going on. Everything coming through pre-production is getting absolutely obliterated. Actors are down. Is this Wendy? Okay, this is Wendy. This one makes more sense, right? It was a 7.0 and a 6.9. We put people that were under that score in. That makes more sense. Wendy Carpenter is probably the chief person that's responsible for this. That's okay. We want to get her in. So that was going to be expected. I don't remember which movies I'm making at the time here. There's a lot of them coming in through here. Let's get Carl Brooks. Get you a little happier. How about that? We'll get Carl Brooks in on here. We'll do that. Okay, so we'll see if Love Carousel works. If it does, then we're going to have another demand, and we need to meet that. And then on top of that, we're also working on our writing speed being increased, and we're going to keep working on that to keep pumping more writing speed up. All right, so German President Paul von Hindenburg signed a law granting emergency powers to the government of Reich Chancellor Adolf Hitler. In a recent interview in the Berliner Herald, they quoted Hitler talking about his love of Hollywood. Every living thing exists in confrontation, in a battle for life. The people, the humans, and the beasts. These are the laws of nature. I love movies with serious confrontations, like they make in Hollywood. Films like Blind Love. The ones that really stir the blood. Really serious confrontations, like one in Blind Love. Professor Jacques... to be fair, Blind Love script, we didn't really go through it much. If you see the beginning of the last playlist, I guess, in the first video, I think I linked it. Blind Love is a pretty good story, but I don't know if it's something that should really warm Hitler's heart or not. Professor Bluesian, I don't know how you even say that, editor-in-chief of Exquisite Cinematique, believes Hitler is trying to open a dialogue with Hollywood. What does America stand to gain? Film, lenses, and development regents. The Germans do all of this much better than we. Besides, Germany has a lot of money it could invest in American cinema. We cannot but seize the moment. We do have one of those actresses, right? We do have that. Now, the other thing I wanted to get done is I need to send somebody for casino advertising, and I don't have anyone that's available to do that. So I'm going to have to look at potentially hiring some actors, right? So let's go over to actors and see if we can't find, well, I guess they're already in order of their professionalism already. So maybe I could get Tom Stone to work for me and then send him to it. It says he won't work for me. He won't work with me, but if I have this, then maybe he will. Right? So he's a superstar, right? And this is worth 3,000. So I can get this guy to work for me for free. And I might as well go 3 years because now I get him for 3 years for free. He's an undisciplined addict. But this might be worth it. That's pretty good. 3 years to get Tom Stone. He's probably going to hate working for me, but we're going to say, hey, you work for me now. Or I tell everyone your secret. And then we have him go to the theaters. And then now I have to pay him. But yeah, we'll give him a bunch of gifts and stuff too to make him a little happier. We don't want him to be really depressed. So let's give him a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of that. At least he's not red. All right. We got him in there. We did the thing for the Mafia. We're not at risk of losing them as a friend now. We'll have to keep that a little higher than 1010. I think that's a good thing. Now, one person in the comments said that it's possible that our writing times are taking so long because we have too many writers. I don't know why that would impact it. I feel like the writers should all be kind of fairly independent, especially since they're all developing their own thing. But if that's the case, then what's the right amount of writers? I don't really know. It doesn't say, unless there's some kind of display. I know that there was a pop-up initially where it's like, hey, you have too many writers or whatever, but I wasn't sure if that impacts their speed or their quality, or maybe it's both. I don't know. So that's something to think about. And if that's the case, then we just fire these 3, right? And we just have our 5 writers. I don't know if we need more than 5 or less than 5 or whatever, but we can just let these guys go. You know, once Lizard Tail is done being written in 105 days, I'll just let Mike Larson go, and we'll see if everything speeds up from there. I think that's a good idea. If nothing else, I can always hire them back. They're not that expensive. Okay. And I've already paid them in advance on their contracts and everything, so I'm just wasting money. But if I didn't pay them very much because they're low level, I didn't pay them very much, then okay. But yeah, post-production is going to hurt it too. Just because of our editors here. She's getting better, but she's still not there yet. And then our poster for the Tailor. Okay. We'll grab this one. All right, so we'll have this one. Let's release this here, I guess, on Memorial Day. That should work out okay. And then let's go to about, I don't know, 54. Let's say 56. We'll go up to about 5 here. We'll go down to about 4 here, and then maybe make this one like 3.6. That should be fine. Okay, and then our advertising effectiveness really quickly. I like that. There we go. And then this one here is good for boys, and it's not great for women. So we'll go, I guess, Spice Mice. And Vane, maybe. Expertise, exciting interviews, intelligent young people. It's really I mean, maybe we just advertise it to Spice Mice and see how that goes. You know? I really don't know if it's worth going to any of these other ones. I kind of just want to see how that is, because boys are here. That's definitely Spice Mice, but I just don't know whether one of these would work too. So it might degrade it. I'm just curious on what that's going to do. So I'm going to do just... that might be too little. I think it's too little advertising, right? Let's do Spark as well. All right, we'll put these 2 in, and we'll see how that goes, because it's got a fairly high artistic score and stuff too, and I don't want to waste it because I underspent. So let's not underspend. Okay. As far as tricks go, 65% chance helping a drunkard. We'll let Alan do that one. And we'll send a couple of our level 1 guys to give him an 95% chance. Let's just do that. It's fine. We don't have a lot of stuff coming into production right at the moment, right? We don't have anything in pre-production now, so we don't have a reason for our security guys to be sitting around doing nothing. So let's kind of get them to learn some dirt on somebody who's not in our studio. Man, I'd love to find some dirt on Harvey Jackson. I'd love to. I would. It's just all my good agents are not good anymore. What about training? Can we... If we train... Oh, hang on. This one's going to go away. We got a good amount of influence. We got a good amount of money. Let's see if we can spend it on maybe training some of our guys up a little bit. I think I have too many producers at the moment. I'm going to go ahead and duck out on that. Okay. So this worked. That's really good. So it means that our scripts just have to be at least 55% detective. These are minimum requirements. Unfortunately, it's going to have 100% on the first week, and we're going to leave a lot on the table there because I forgot about this bonus, but it's okay. Love Carousel is going to work. Now, is there another one right away, or does that take a bit? 180 days, it says, new demands will appear. That's a far time. Wow. That's a very long time. 180 days. Love Carousel actually had a B+, so we targeted it pretty well too. So it's going to have great attendance. That's unfortunate. Missed opportunity there, but it's all good. All right. I was also asked this question. So why don't I ever use the speed up for the studio? Why do I always focus on the department heads? And it's because in the beginning, especially, I want researches to go fast, especially when I have certain things that I want that will help me towards the build I'm thinking of in my head. And these are huge speed ups compared to this. This is free in that, you know, I don't have to pay extra and I just passively get this, and it's great. And as we get further along in the chain, as further along in these tech trees and stuff, we're definitely going to see the benefits of a passive 1% when something takes like 3,000 days. It's just like passively now taking, you know, 30 days less. That kind of stuff is cool for each 1%, right? So for every time I've clicked this, I get a month off. That's pretty big then. But in the beginning, it's very small, and I want things to go faster. And plus, the same thing is true for a 30% speed up. Later on, a 30% speed up is massive. So having really great people works. And as long as I'm managing the studio very well, I can afford their salaries. At least that's my hope. Now we're going to get to the point where we're maxed out here. We could go here, or I can start just taking that passive and start building that up. And I think for me, I'm going to start doing that. I don't really like spending influence on research. I like spending money. So I'm going to take the 1% for post-production because I've already maxed out the other one. Influence is very good, but with the code coming up, I want to preserve as much influence points as I can. And also, research points are very expensive when it comes to training your security guys too. All right, Edgar Lamb. He's an actor. So the world has slowed and grown dim. I float through my days like a cloud across the sky, gray and lifeless. It's like everything around is made of dirty cotton wool, silently listening. Okay, just take some time off, dude. I get no benefit for having him do that. Like, he's already at 100% everywhere, but I guess he doesn't drop. I guess there's that. 180 days is a long time. Oh, okay, cool. So it's going to happen right now. That's great. Okay, so our specialists have formulated an audience. This is another one right here. So Bill Horton, double checking. He's under contract with Evergreen Movies. We're going to need to try to poach him if we want to do this one. That sucks. Over here, we've got Ricky Gregory again. He's with us, right? We just did Love Carousel. They liked it. They want to see more movies by Ricky. So in this case, I need a 55% detective movie again, but now it needs to feature a cowboy. That's very specific. I also only have 190 days to do it. That's much harder to do. How am I going to poach this guy? I have to poach him in time, too. That's just impossible. If I don't have a script that's 55% detective and features a cowboy, if I don't already have something like that, I'm thinking I just blew it. My three in a row isn't going to work here. And it's like it says right here, for a demand to be considered fulfilled, it must be met precisely. But that's clearly not the case because I just had 100% detective match this. So it's a shame that this one isn't, you know, detective only again. Like, I'd love to have this over here. That'd be great. But I don't have that ability right now. So I either need to choose, am I going to be able to poach this guy, or do we get, you know, Ricky Gregory in on a cowboy movie with a detective? Let's take a quick look and see what we have in our scripts, because I have a lot of scripts. I've been collecting a lot of scripts for this very purpose. So let's see what we can do here. And right away, I'm pretty confident I can't do it right away because I just don't even have a detective movie. Even, like, I don't have a script for detective right now. Ideas, there's plenty of those, but those take time to write. If I buy scripts, there is a detective movie here, but it's only 25%. This one is 60%. Okay. We have a 60% detective script. It's very expensive, but it's here. Unfortunately, the protagonist is not a cowboy, so this script still won't work. And we didn't really have that anywhere. If I looked at this one is Wild West, but also still not a cowboy. And this one here is a clumsy oaf. So none of these will work for our thing either. So I would have to workshop this. We don't have enough detect. I don't think this one here. I can't. I wish I could look at the details of this while he's writing it, but I can't. If there's a way, I don't know how, I guess is what I should say. Branded. I don't even see who's writing. Well, I can see that Sherman Wagner is writing it. So if I look at Sherman Wagner right here. So can I see what you're writing? It doesn't look like I'm even able to see it. He's branded. Can I click it? Nothing. I can't. So I can't see any information on the script before he's done writing it. That sucks. It'd be it's not even here. Yeah, it's right here. Maybe I can't click it. I can't click it. Oh, what is this UI? All right, fine. I can't see any details about branded, but it's probably not going to work. So the other option we have is poaching that guy. I have adventure movies ready to go. So is it possible to poach that guy? So the guy I'm looking for is Bill Horton. Bill Horton. I can search for dirt, probably try to take him that way, or illegal tendencies. I can give him gifts, but I think the only way to get him to work for me right now is to search for dirt. So that's what I'm going to have to do, and I don't know how long that takes, but it's probably too long. 30 days. So 30 days, I'm down, at that point, I'm down to 250 days left. We could make that happen. Assuming the dirt is found right away, assuming we are successful in finding dirt on this guy, we could make that happen. So I'm going to organize that surveillance and see if we can't find it. It's going to cut into that 30 days. And also, there's 15 days remaining in this. The problem is I'm going to have to select and... damn. I'm going to have to say I'll do it before I know if I can. But I need to get Bill Horton. Otherwise, it isn't going to work. Let's give him an extra gift. Yeah. See, make him really happy with us, too. Okay, so we're going to try that. The penalty for saying yes and not getting it is 60 to our reputation. It's not small, but it's very much not big. So it should be all right. So we'll let this go 15 days. Ooh, frame tone. A new format technology is available if you want to compare the parameters of two technologies. Make sure that you compare technologies of the same format. If the formats are different, direct comparison does not make sense. Okay, so we'll go ahead and hit continue here. So this technology is for mono on film, frame tone. So frame tone, if I know you guys probably don't know what this stuff is, it's fine. I can give you a brief summary. Frame tone is something like we don't have color, right? So everything's black and white, but we can apply tones. It's like a chemical process to apply tones to the actual film strips so that you can kind of change the colors a little bit. So you can make your shadows and midtones stand out a little bit differently, things like that. You can color, your silver images stuff, or you can dye the entire film base universally, to get like a color wash effect if you want to. So there's different ways to apply it. And in this case, it's saying here, sound technology format, mono on film, is a practical, reliable form. Okay, so it's just saying this is what we can use with this. So we could buy it, or I can see the price before I buy it. I think I'd rather see the price before I buy it. Where is that? I forgot where we buy technologies from. Is it over here? This is technology management, but this is, yeah, right here. So interesting. It's not an image. I thought it would be an image. Okay, it's in sound. Okay, so I'm actually surprised by this. This is talking about sound technology. I'm not personally familiar with frame tone as far as sound goes, so that's interesting. That's new to me. Okay, cool. I'm not sure. I guess I would want to use this because it starts at 3 and can be improved further. And then there's also a better technology that goes that way with it. So I guess I'm gonna buy it. That's interesting to me. I didn't frame tone going with as a sound technology instead. Okay. Meet the conditions to get an advanced version. Yeah. So one film shot 16 hours a day for the entire filming process, and 3 films shot entirely on soundstage. Okay, and then we can get a bonus or a better version of this, which, you know, is definitely something we're looking for. Interesting. Oh, so, okay, hang on. The manufacturer is Frametone. Apparently there's a company named Frametone, and I wasn't aware of that. Okay, that makes more sense. This is just... I'm learning this as we go. Right? I'm assuming this is all historically accurate in most of the sense. So that part's something I'm learning. There's a company named Frametone. Got it. Okay. I don't know everything, man. All right. We're going to learn as we go. So we're going to say that's happening. Yeah. Now we're getting the Hesper 35 maxed out. We have 192 days on that. And then my team will probably start working on Frametone Pure, hopefully, at that point. So we need to do some things on Frametone, don't we? Okay, I don't know whether or not we're going to be able to actually get that guy. So I want to leave myself some options here for the purposes of adventure movies. We want to see which ones are going to take the longest to make. And it's kind of all about the number of elements it has. So this one caps out at 5. And I think pretty much most of these, yeah, caps out at 5. This one doesn't have enough adventure anyway, so it's really about these 2 movies here. I need to make sure that these ones are available in that event. So why don't we try to grab... Let's get a movie made about Sergeant Willis. I think this would be okay. Corrupt Official's getting a little high there, though. Do the Math is possible here, too. Somewhat fresh story elements here. We're getting the finale. Protagonist finds treasure. Okay. This one's by Cornelius. Let's get this one going. Cinematographer for you. For this one, let's go with Mike Casey. Soundstage will get you... I can shoot it all on location. It might take a little bit more time. I want to leave my soundstage open. Well, I have to shoot it entirely on soundstage for that technology, right? So I guess we'll just do that. We can actually get 2 tick boxes with 1 film here because we're going to film for very long periods of time here. So our film is going to be this one. Then we're going to use Frametone for this. We're going to stay... yeah, well, we can give you high quality costumes and props. That's fine. I think I'm going to go ahead and maybe have not a lot of extras and stuff. That's fine. If I can somehow get this to hit... The script is only a 5, though. So like, I'm not going to be able to do the long days and get the bonuses to everybody's happiness. But... maybe I'll go 5 days, but 16-hour days. And let's get some people that we don't mind being pissed at us later. Man, I'd love to use Bruce Hammond on something. He's on timer, right? We got to do something more for him. Let's get... yeah, let's get Alva on this one. And then for the director, we can have... again, he's on timer. We got to do something with that. Ricky Gregory, we're not using you for the... I don't think we're using you for our challenge this time. Yeah, so we can get you on this one, I guess. Our retired legend is going to be Tom Stone. I'm gonna make him really hate working for me, man. Retired. Is anybody known as for being retired legend? Criminal mastermind. Anybody known for being a criminal mastermind? No. Okay, so our retired legend, I guess, will not be you. Why don't we make this Leslie Sanders? He's in a... yeah, it's fine. We can make it. We can retired legend at 49 years old. About that. That's not going to work very well. Retired legend should be a little older than that. Maybe we'll just let Edward do this one. You know, we could. He's pretty high up there, and he's only got 1 film left. So, you know what? This will be our retired legend. It's fine. Criminal mastermind. Then we'll pit you with. I feel like these guys are just above the script, right? I probably shouldn't be using them for this one. Let's put Billy Nash on this. Yeah, these guys are both on their last movies. Hopefully we don't work them too hard. So we'll go ahead and do that. Start that project. And then rings on every finger. Maybe we start with this one here. This one's going to be good in November. I think we'll probably need to wait on that just a little bit longer. Not my problem. It's going to make the Daring Adventurer go stale, and I don't want to do that unless these two adventure movies don't have a... These two adventure movies do not have a Daring Adventurer, so maybe we're all right there. Let's have Not My Problem start too. So this is a 5.0 script, and we'll have Fred Jensen on that one with the soundstage. Again, we're going to go entirely in the soundstage. It's not a great setting, is it? It's definitely going to go. It's definitely going to get hit by this, but it's all right. I don't have a good soundstage for it. Again, frame tone again. We'll give you the best for costumes and stuff to help you out with this. Maybe we'll give you a few extras. And then our producer, let's put Bruce Hammond on it. I need to help this as much as possible. We'll actually put, I think we'll let Roger Fox hit. Nah, Paul Tanner's fine here. Hang on. Who's good at stuff here? Finding the Hypocrisy, Struggle for Better Life, Search for a Killer. We have Antagonist Repents. Wow, you guys are very similar. You both have this. And then you're different in Social Rejection or Rape. Okay. Yeah, I want to help this one to succeed here a little bit more. Let's get Paul Tanner in it, I guess. Love Triangle is what he's good at, but we don't have that right now. Daring Adventurer. Who is known for their daring adventures? I'm going to let Tom Stone do this one. Sure. And then Bill Ramsey can be the evil monster. Sure. You can be an evil monster. I think you can pull that off. There you go. And both of those projects need to work 16-hour days. Otherwise, you know, I'm not getting the benefits of that. Writers are going to go a little faster. We're going to hit that again. I'm going to put you at 30% faster now. And again, this is the reason why I was focused so much on, you know, the department head. It's because I can do now 40% speed up. I can have this in 300 days instead of 500. It's very fast. Okay, the trick worked. So Somewhat Bad is going to become just a little bit better. Even though it was a 33% chance, it still worked. That's great. This one worked out pretty well. We had 100% on week 8. Wow. Something really just boosted. We rented all... That's what it is. I had very few screenings. Yeah. So this was 62% at 1,500. Right. So there's about 700 or so maybe showed up. Or a little, I guess about 800 or so. Yeah, that showed up. And then I only had 500 here. So that's probably I didn't give up much. Maybe 50 or 60 showings here. That's pretty good. We'll set distribution again. And then this time, let's keep it at like, I don't know, 500 a week. Oh, we can't do that one. We can rent though. Let's go 400. And then we'll just keep all of these. Let's say 300 and 300. And then we'll make sure this is 0. Okay, so we're going to rent a few theaters here. And then everything else is filled up. You have a lot of competition going on at the same time here. But not a big deal. Riske is in theaters still. It's very good. We're almost at $20 million. All right, now I need to get a check on what's going on with 22 days left on our search for dirt. If I make you happier, will you perform better? Isn't that how it works? I think that's how it works with everybody else. Maybe that'll be how it works with you. We now have high quality locations. Super good. Needed that. Okay, now we can have scouts work faster. That should hopefully speed up production time because we'll find those locations. Pre-production should be sped up. But high quality sets, I think, is the next thing I want to do. And yeah, I want to be able to use it quickly, so we'll put the money into it. I have the money, so let's spend it. Okay. Also, I think we probably should look to maybe rebuild that building a little bit. Somewhat Bad. Let's release it. It says I can't do it until the tasks that they're doing are completed, I think is what that is. All right, B- on Somewhat Bad. You could say that that's somewhat good. All done? Yeah. Now, in case anyone's curious, like, you misspelled somewhat. Maybe you weren't paying attention, but this is the guy's name, okay? His name is Somewhat, right? And so he spells his name like this. right? He's just a bad guy. Or is he? Maybe this is like a modern day non-Christmassy Grinch story where he was bad, but he turned good. It's kind of like Breaking Bad, which is the opposite. Maybe the bad guy goes good instead of the other way around. He's only somewhat bad. All right. This one's pretty good. 27% of attendance, though, is pretty low. I mean, we didn't really pay so much for it, though. Let's set up distribution on this again. There's not going to be a whole lot of showings available here. But if we could have maybe, let's say, yeah, we'll go 510 there. That's fine. We can put another 500 on this week. Let's bring this one down to, let's say, 465 is fine. And then we can go like something like that. 27% of 3,600. Is that what it was? So actually we need kind of more than this. Let's go 800 on the first week and 600 on the second week. Can I go higher than that? That is as high as I can go. Seems. Can't move it, so this will be fine. Yeah, I don't know if we're overpaying there, but it's fine. Now you're seeing I'm overpaying, right? You're renting theaters. We should just buy more theaters. Clearly you need more, right? Not necessarily. This is just one of those rare moments where we have a lot of movies in at a time, right? Oh, I didn't select the demand yet. Am I going to? Are we going to? I've let it go as many days as I can. So I think we're going to take the hit. If we don't get the dirt, we can try again. We can race the clock if we need to. But we'll try it. We'll see if we can get Bill Horton. So I'm going to accept that demand. And I now have 279 days left to hit it. So it's really dependent. Oh, I hate this. Let me vote last, please. Yeah, you guys, because you don't have nearly as many theaters as I do. So that's why you want to do this. Now, I'm pretty sure, you know, the smaller ones are going to vote for this. Pretty much everyone's going to vote for this against me. So we'll have to see how much Gernstein really puts into it. It'd be nice to know some information, if I could, about what these guys are planning to do. We'll see how they do it. I'm already going to have this information before I make my vote, so I want to see what these guys are up to, if that's even possible to do. I have no idea, so we'll find out. All right, Glitter in the Eyes. Oh, what a great script. At least it was before we got our grubbing mitts on it. Now it's not so great. Maybe Clyde needs to be happier. Maybe the department head is infecting it, you know? I probably need to make my department heads a lot nicer. We can go printing 6 weeks out. Let's just see. Okay, so 2.8. It's not great. We'll go 3,000 there, 2,500 here, 2,200 here, 1,900 here. It's fine. I'm not going to put a lot of money into it. Okay. Yeah, we'll just do something like this. And this is good for young women and not great for men. So young women, probably, let's say these two. Call it good. Might be able to get a bump if we do a dirty trick on this one. Let's help a drunkard. We have 65% chance of success because we don't have any agents to give to it. And we'll go ahead and confirm that. It's going to have stale elements. That's fine with me. It's not a great film. We'll be all right. Okay. So Love Carousel doing fantastic. We knew this was going to happen. That's unfortunate.